Welcome back to day 2 of Sing Your Heart Song Summit, and this is the evening edition. We've got an amazing lineup tonight still. It is my pleasure to introduce our next presenter to you. Her name is Monique McDonald, and just a little bit of information about Monique. I mean, she is just phenomenal. She's a Grammy-nominated, award-winning artist known to many as the magnetic voice, and she's broken the mold of what it means to be a diva. And with international acclaim, she has performed opera and recitals throughout many stages in Europe, Japan, and the United States, including the Carnegie Center, Carnegie Hall in New York City, and then the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. Monique now combines secrets learned during her 20 years of experience in high-profile performance coaching with top-shelf coaching strategies to empower leaders, speakers, authors with charismatic communication and helping you with the mastery of your human voice. So Monique, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I see some friends who've come out to support me. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Fran. I love this. Steve, I just want to thank you for creating this beautiful space for us to sing our heart song. All right, so I just need to be given the power to share my screen.
You've got the power, Monique.
I've got the
power! Right on. Yes, you do.
All right. Terrific. And while Steve is giving me the power, I just want y'all to know that there's going to be a gift for you if you stay until the very end of the presentation. That is a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to be able to offer that today. Okay, Steve, how we doing?
You're ready to go, actually.
Okay. Terrific. Can everybody see my screen? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you, Olivia, for that amazing introduction. This is who I started out to be. This is Monique the Diva, who's coming to bring all my diva secrets to you today. Today, we're going to be talking about how to activate your authentic voice. Now, this is something that's always something we want to do, right? We want to be able to be authentic, no matter what we are doing. So we're going to have fun today, and you're going to be playing with me. I hope you're ready for this. Okay, our hashtag for today is hashtag My Voice Matters. So why don't you go into the chat and give me hashtag My Voice Matters. Let me know that you're here, that you're alive, awake, and aware for this moment. Awesome. All right. Now, a lot of us are working on realizing and really trusting that our voice matters. So I hope today that that's one of the things that you'll come away with today, that your voice really matters. Okay, so to activate your authentic voice, it's so that you can attract more sales, inspire your clients, and that's just on the surface. Your voice is the greatest client attracting tool that you have in your toolbox. And everybody wants to be with you when you are in an authentic space and coming from an authentic space, whether you're meeting people one-on-one or whether you are speaking to hundreds of people. We want to learn how to get down into our hearts and souls so that whenever we speak, We are authentic and magnetic. All right, so what is an authentic voice? Why don't you put that in the chat? What do you think an authentic voice is? What does that mean to you? Okay. Olivia, would you mind shouting out for me what people are saying? I can't see the chat, unfortunately.
Absolutely, yes. So responses are coming in. Let's see. So, what does your authentic voice mean to you? So, we've got here a voice that comes from deep within and resonates completely,
Yes.
expressing my creative soul,
Oh, I love that one. Yes.
a voice that gives you peace when you are speaking.
Terrific. So, a lot of us are very concerned with our authenticity in regards to others. We want to be sure that we are being received as authentic. But what if it works the other way around? What if your authentic voice is the key that unlocks your heart? What if becoming authentic, looking and searching within you for what is your authentic message, unlocks your heart so that you become irresistible, you become magnetic? Whatever you do, whether it's a presentation, a guided meditation, an interview, whatever you do, for the authors out there, if you're going to be reading from your book, so often my clients that are authors, they're just reading so quickly, like so fast. I have to slow them down so that their voice matches the material that they're sharing. Because when our hearts are unlocked, we pour ourselves out into our voice. Yes, are you with me? All right, terrific. When I was a little girl, I wanted to grow up to be just like my mommy. There I am with my beautiful mommy and my Auntie Susie Q. I wanted to be just like my mommy. My mother was one of the greatest dramatic sopranos of our time. She was a favorite of Ned Rorem, Leonard Bernstein, Virgil Thomson, all the New York composers. And when I was a little girl, I never got to go hear her sing. But on this particular night, she couldn't find a babysitter. So I got to go. And the concert was held at Columbia University's chapel here in New York City. And the chapel had this glorious dome ceiling. And I don't know how, but I got myself up to the balcony that was right around the dome. And I looked down on my mommy, and the sounds she was making were so incredible. I couldn't, they were vibrating my entire little tiny body. I had no idea what was happening to me. I was being transformed, and I looked down at her, and she had become, in my mind's eye, this creature full of sound and light. I didn't recognize her. So when the concert was over, I ran down and I pushed my way through the crowd, and I was like, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." And for the first time, I couldn't get her attention. She always gave me her attention. So I started crying. And I was like, "Mommy, mommy." And she stopped everything. She reached down and took me in her arms. And I said, "Are you still my mommy?" And she looked at me and she said, Yes, sweetheart. I'm your mommy and I will always be your mommy. I said, but your voice, it shook me from the inside. And she smiled and she said, that's what it's supposed to do. My mom has been my voice teacher and my everything. We Skyped together when I was traveling through Europe in my career, and she's gone now physically, but she's here with us today, and her birthday's tomorrow. So I hope you'll help me celebrate her birthday. I am her legacy. So everybody go to the chat and give me my voice matters. My voice matters. Hashtag my voice matters. All right, so let's break this down. What is a magnetic voice and what gives us charismatic communication so that we can be authentic? Well, every client that comes to me, our first session is on the breath. So I am now going to teach you all how to breathe like an opera singer. So if you're willing, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and sit in your chair as though you have something very important to say. And now I want you to bring your conscious attention to the lowest part of your tummy and feel on either side of your belly button, there are little muscles that run across the tummy. All right, so let's pull those muscles in towards the spine without breath. Just we're locating them and let them go. Just drop them. Now pull them in and let them go. Terrific. One more time. Pull them all the way in towards the spine. Let them go. And now inhale down and out into the space that you created when you let them go. That's right. You're doing great. Now pause for a moment, full of the life force, and gently watch those little muscles fall back towards the spine as you exhale. Now drop them, let them go, and inhale down and out into those yummy muscles, filling yourself from bottom to top with the life force. Pause for a moment, full of life, and exhale, watching your belly moving back towards the spine. And one more time for the power of 3, just let it go. Inhale to the floor. Feel everything in you releasing and relaxing down as you inhale. Inhale the life force. Now pause for a moment, full. And gently watch those muscles falling back towards the spine as you exhale. Congratulations. You now know how to breathe like an opera singer. Now, if you would, just go to the chat and give me a one-word description, if you will, of how you feel now as opposed to when you started breathing. And Olivia, if you wouldn't mind just shouting them out, I'd really appreciate that.
Yes, responses are coming in now. We've got liberating, settled, evenness.
Ooh, yes. Love it.
In control.
Ah, yes. I love it. And just notice that your center of gravity has lowered probably 2 to 3 notches. And
Oh,
now,
here's one. Ballet dancer.
ooh, I love it.
They felt that
Awesome.
they were ballet dancers. Some more. Calm. I think people really like this exercise, Monique. So calm, relieved, grounded.
This is terrific. So, this is something that I want you to take with you if you learn nothing else today. When you're doing your meditations, when you're going through guided meditations, when you're getting ready to read your material for the authors out there, when you are getting ready to have a meaningful conversation with someone that you love, I invite you to it took us about 2 minutes to breathe. Breathe into where your life force lives. All right, so that's the first thing that we start with. Now, you're in this amazing space. Imagine that you speak from there. Most of us, when we're nervous, we jump up out of our skin because we want to get everything out as fast as we can. Or sometimes our voice goes up really high and it gets really nervous. All right? Tone of voice is the next big thing that we have to look at when we're looking at charismatic communication and being magnetic and authentic. Um, how many of you know what mood your beloved is in by the way they say hello when they answer the phone? Who's with me on that, right? It's because that tone of voice sends us messages that have nothing to do with what we're actually saying. And this is something I work with my clients on a lot because so many people in business and selling books and leading and coaching, they're worried about their content, but they leave this part out, right? Your tone and making sure that it's varied and that it's matching what you're talking about. Because if I talk like this and say, I love you, do you believe me? Okay, the second thing is speed. So many of us, especially if we're reading, we're speaking really fast, trying to get it out, get all the content out as fast as we can. Speed. And some of us take a little too long. All right. We want to be sure that our speed and tone are doing a dance together so that we are engaging our audience. Now, I think the biggest secret to authenticity is connecting your voice and soul to your passion and presence. You know that thing when someone walks into a room, you see something pouring out of them. Some people call it the it factor. We call it in my business stage presence. Now, most people think that you're born with this. I truly believe that it can be taught and that it is taught by helping people get to their passion. You know this. When people are talking about things they love or people they love, their face lights up and it's this light pouring out of them. Okay, everybody with me? Any questions about this so far? All right, I think you're with me. All right, we're going to have time for questions at the end, I think. So just be sure to jot them down if you're having a question, okay? I love questions. All right, now, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. This is what it's like if you lost your voice. So many of us were told as children, Be quiet. Children are meant to be seen, not heard. And we've carried that with us. So when it comes time to step up to the mic, when it comes time to speak our truth, to sing our heart song, we back away from it. Sometimes physically, but for sure vocally. We're terrified someone's going to tell us to shut up, or that what we say doesn't matter. Now, I want you to imagine, what if your voice could heal the world? Just close your eyes and breathe this idea in for a minute. The truth is, we never know who's listening. We never know who we can inspire, and how that inspiration will affect someone and cause a ripple effect throughout the entire universe. We never know. That's why it's so important to think about, what would you say? If you had one message for the world, what would it be? What would you say? We've now imagined what it would be like to have no voice. And whether you're speaking or writing, having no voice means no way to express your heart song or your thumbprint to the world, the thing that you can do better than anybody else, because our voice is completely affected and created by our body, which is the instrument through which it expresses, and our life experiences. So even though someone could be a voice specialist as I am, our life experiences and our body is going to make the message different, similar, but different. And what that means is people who need this are going to hear it because they hear my voice and it resonates in them. We are always so worried about, are people going to understand me? If you're doing in sales and you're trying to sell your programs or your content, if you're selling a book, we're worried about getting it right so people will like us, so people will buy our stuff. But here's the secret about this. Everybody is not supposed to like you. Only the people that are like you. The people who need your message coming through your voice. No need to convince. Just get really still and find out, what is your message that could heal the world? What if that were true? Would you spend the time to really hone in on what it is? All right. Now comes my favorite part of this presentation. I have compiled a list of some of my favorite affirmations, and these are some of the things that I would say if I believed my voice could heal the world. These are some of the things I would say to myself so I would have the courage to step up and speak my truth in case there's one person whose life will change by something I write or something I say. Now, I want each of you to go through these affirmations and pick one that speaks to you. And then we're going to play. All right. All right. So I'm just going to give you a second. Just look at them, read them, allow your heart to choose. Which is the one that's closest to you and your heart right now in this moment? Okay, everybody got one? Raise your hand if you got one. Okay, who would like to volunteer to play with me? Yay, everybody. Okay, Steven, I saw your hand first. Olivia, can we spotlight Steve?
Yeah, I think so. Hang on one second. There we go.
Awesome. All right, Steve. How you doing?
All right. I am doing well.
Okay, so here's what I'd like you to do, if you're willing. I'd like you to go back to the belly breathing that we did earlier.
Okay.
And just allow the inhale and the exhale to move through you like waves. Right? Allowing your belly to release out as you inhale and fall back towards your spine as you exhale. And when you're ready, catch one of the waves or one of the exhales and speak your truth through this affirmation.
My truth through the affirmation. So not the affirmation, but my truth. Is that correct?
No, this is what I mean. Your truth, but let the words be the affirmation. Does that make sense?
Okay, got it.
So it's your truth because your heart chose which affirmation, right?
Yes.
You're moved to speak out loud. So we're assuming that because your heart picked it, it's your truth. Yes?
Okay. Yep, got it.
Okay. All right, so bring yourself back. Thank you for questions. I love questions.
Okay. I now allow the powerful voice to vibrate the world.
Okay, how'd you feel about that?
Good. I think I got a little caught up in my head a little bit.
Isn't that funny? That's what happens when we speak our truth. It happens. We love it and call it good. Yes? All right. You get to read it. You don't need to memorize it. Don't worry yourself about that. It's up so that you can see it. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so now just bring yourself to the waves, right? Inhale, belly out. Exhale, belly falling back. And pick a good exhale. And let the words pour out of you.
I now allow the waves of my powerful voice to vibrate the world.
Oh, yeah. Now we're coming. Now we're coming. Okay. And just notice you're pausing. You're pausing. And are you pausing with conscious intent?
Yes.
Good answer. What if you didn't?
What if I didn't?
What if it just poured out of you on one wave? So you're just going to ride one wave all the way to the shore
Okay.
and let the whole sentence pour out of you.
Okay. I'd have to let go of a lot of my story, but I can do that.
Just drop it. You can pick it up when we're done.
Okay. I now allow the waves of my powerful voice to vibrate the world.
Oh, yeah. All right. So now you did it. You know you can do it. Now go to the place inside of you that is true, Steve, and let it speak.
I now allow the waves of my powerful voice to vibrate the world.
Ooh! All right, how'd that feel? I know how it felt for me.
That was powerful.
Tell me.
So one of the things that, well, I like many people, my voice was suppressed for a very long time, and part of how that shows up is that I have acid reflux, which affects pretty much everything in my throat. And so I always worry that I'm going to run out of breath before I finish what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in order to express that sentence without pausing and being more quote unquote deliberate about it, I had to just be with it and trust that I had enough breath to go from I to world.
Yes. And in this instance, if you exchange the word breath for life force, what happens if you do it one more time, going to the place within you where this is true and not worrying about whether you have enough breath, because it's not breath, but your life force speaking.
I now allow the waves of my powerful voice to vibrate the world.
Yes! Everybody wave! That was astounding. How did it feel, honey?
It felt really, really powerful, and I want to see everybody, so I'm removing the spotlight.
Okay.
That was pretty amazing.
That's awesome. I love it. Does anyone else want to try? Thank you for your courage, Steve. We
Thank
need
you.
your voice. We need your voice. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else want to come play?
I think Nancy's got her hand up.
Yay, Nancy. Can we spotlight Nancy?
Nancy, do you want to come in video? I think you have to be on video to be spotlit.
Yes, we need.
Oh no. Okay. So no. Okay. All right. Well, I would like to go next.
Okay, Olivia. Yay. All right. So I'm going to tell you what I told Steve. Yeah. I want you to go to that belly breathing and allow it to move through you like a wave, right? Belly out as you're inhaling and watching belly move back towards the spine. It's kind of hypnotic when you think of it that way, right? Yes, terrific. And now you're going to choose one. You're going to catch a wave and let the affirmation speak you.
My voice is an open channel for creativity.
Ooh, I love that one. Okay, how'd you feel? How'd it go?
It's a little bit like uneasy.
It's uneasy, right? Oh, I love that. Tell me more about that. It's uneasy. Tell me more.
I think
Because, right, you were in the state, you were there, you were ready to go, right? And breath was not uneasy. It's when we put words and sound on the breath that things get a little interesting, right? Okay. So just play it back in your mind and notice all was well. And then it came time to speak, and whatever thought came to visit you stopped the works and put the brakes on. And that got translated into uneasy. When you play it back in your mind, do you see that that's what happened?
because I'm like, did I do this right?
Oh, my favorite. Oh, thank you so much for that one. Did I do it right? That will put the brakes on anything we want to say from our heart. Who's listening? And did I do it right? Now, sweetie, I want you to breathe. Emotion comes up when we do this work. I want you not to stop it if you're willing. I always tell future clients and all my clients, once you get the belly breathing going and connect it to your heart, all the times you didn't speak your truth and the pain that that caused comes up. So we're here with you, holding you in light, okay? Because it's coming up to heal, right? It's not suffering, it's just coming up to heal. Yes. So breathe, and it will pass. What happens to a lot of us when trauma comes, we pull up out of our bellies and stop breathing. So it gets stuck in our body. But if you keep breathing, just letting the waves move through you, inevitably it will pass, just like a cloud in the sky. There you go. There you go. You don't need to push the exhale out. It will come out without you. Just watch it. In and out. And when you're ready, just catch a wave.
My voice is an open channel for creativity.
Ooh, that's much better. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Did you feel it? Uneasy's gone. Now it's like, I think that was it. Was that it? I think that was that it? So uneasy, did I do it right, is gone. Now we're going to give you this moment. Have you ever been body surfing? Do you know what
No.
that is? You never have. So that what that is when you're in the ocean and waves are coming. Have you ever been in the ocean with waves? Yeah. So you know how If you want to go back to shore after you've been out, you wait for the wave. And then you don't know how, but there's that right and perfect moment that you just go, whoosh. Yeah? That's
Yeah.
body surfing. Yeah? And that's what you're going to do. Okay? Give yourself permission to fall flat on your butt and have a belly flop. It's all good. We've all done it. We've all been there. All right?
Yes.
Okay, terrific. All right. So the process is always going back to the breath, going back to that low belly breathing, bringing your center back down to your most sacred parts, and feel the ebb and flow of the breath. And wait for that perfect wave, and you'll know when the time is right.
My voice is an open channel for creativity.
How'd that feel?
Clear.
Clear. Okay, now this is what happened. You were here, and then you opened your eyes and you went, my voice. I'm going to invite you to open your eyes and stay. You get one more chance. Go to that place where your voice is a channel of creativity and let it speak.
My voice is a channel of creativity.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it means so much. You are a person who is of service, and you give and give and give. And the tears are here to remind you that your voice is for you too. I bless you on your journey and thank you for your courage, Olivia.
Thank you, Monique.
All right. I want to say that this work is extremely important. And if you don't do it with me, please do it somewhere because we need your voices. We need them. We need them. And there's so much inside you that's just so excited and ready to come up for healing, to come up for expression, to come up to bless us all, to heal us all. And know that you never know who's listening, who you're inspiring, and how that inspiration can send a ripple throughout the universe, throughout the world. And the person who might need it more than anyone could be you. So please speak your truth. We need it. All right. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I have a few things that I'd like to share with you. If you meet me on my website, I've got some yummy things for you. I do a podcast called the Magnetic Voice Podcast, and it's on the Experience of the Soul channel. And that's the second and fourth Saturday of every month. And I have a blog where I talk about things that I think about, things that I learn from my clients, and just things that I want to share. So I would invite you to come visit me there. And there is a gift on the Wheel of Names. Da, 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 da! I am launching my course, Virtual Speaking Mastery. It is so much fun. I'm having a blast. It's all about how to deal with your square, how to make it pretty, how to speak in front of a camera, how to deal with your confidence issues, your insecurities when you're talking. We're going to go deeper into your magnetic voice and charisma. In fact, I think there's someone here, Dr. Beverly, who was one of my clients in this course. We're starting next in a few weeks. And so it's on the Wheel of Names. So someone could get a free scholarship for the whole 6-week course. And if you're within the sound of my voice today, I will give you this for half price because Steve and Olivia, thank you for creating this space so we can sing our heart song. And because you stayed until the very end, dun, 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 you get your personal voice of power assessment with moi. And this is a lot of fun. We're going to talk about what does power mean for you, and how are you being powerful in your life, and how are you withdrawing your power in your life, and all kinds of yummy things. A lot of what we talked about today goes into those. So I look forward to meeting all of you in your voice of power assessment. And thank you for your attention. And now you're the voice. How are you going to vibrate the world? Not all of us can be opera singers, but our voices carry the vibration of our heart song. Sing your heart song, whether you're speaking or singing. Thanks for listening. I'm not sure, but I think we might have time for a few questions, if there are any questions. I love questions.
Yes, we can open up for Q&A as we're waiting for the next speaker. Definitely.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to stop my share. All right. Beverly! Yes, Beverly was one of my students in Virtual Speaking Mastery. Oh, you're so welcome, Nancy. Oh, yay! I love it. Waiting for the wave. I love it. Awesome. Beverly,
Yes. Hi,
a
Whitney.
lot has happened since I saw you last.
Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. I got invited so that everyone knows I got invited to speak to Impact, which was in Atlanta, Georgia. And had I not had the training from Monique, oh my gosh, I made an impact. I made an impact. I was watching my
Right.
breaths. Yeah, I was watching my breaths. I did my breathing exercises, and I was able to flow on stage, a stage I have never graced before. But I've been invited back. I've been invited back.
Yes. Oh, Beverly, I'm so happy for you.
Oh,
Listen.
thank you.
I promise this not a plant, people.
No, no,
This this
no.
just I am so excited. And I give the information, but you're the ones that have the courage to step up and take it out into the world. And
Yes.
nothing could make me happier, Beverly. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, thank you, Monique. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you, John. Thank you for being here with us today. All right. Well, I'm so grateful for this moment with you all. I send you blessings and lots of hugs and kisses. Larry, thank you so much for being here. Larry is one of my dearest friends, and he knew my mommy. They were good friends, and Larry has supported me since I was a little girl. He used to drive me to the bus to school when I missed the bus. That's how long Larry has been here with me in this journey. So thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it.
You did a magnificent job today. Brava.
Thank you.
The privilege was all mine.
It looks like we do have a question. Do you
Okay.
mind answering Jules' question?
Oh, absolutely.
Jewel, do you want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
Yes, let's hear your voice, Jewel.
First of all, thank you so much for your energy and your joy.
Oh, you're so
it's been fun listening to you. You've had me chuckling quite nicely. Thank you. Don't know if that was your intent, but
yes,
that is what
yes,
you
I love it.
Okay, my question is, I put it in the chat. Could you speak to? Do you feel being unable to express your voice can cause illness, especially chronic illness, and that by regaining your authentic voice, you regain your connection and your health?
Oh, Jewel, thank you so much for that question. I'm getting chills all over my body. The answer to the question is this. In my opinion, the hurts and traumas that we experienced in our life, that we were unable to express how it made us feel and how it hurt, caused us to bury it in our bodies. And our body carries all of that. And if it is not expressed, breathed through, opened up for healing, it is very possible that it could be the cause of chronic disease. Louise Hay, our darling Louise Hay, was a mighty believer in expressing and loving ourselves through affirmation, and mirror work is a very healing process. Speaking to ourselves in the mirror, looking deeply into our eyes and doing mirror work. That was Louise Hay's work. Another person that really inspired me with this idea is Myrtle Fillmore. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore started the Unity movement, and Silent Unity is the oldest existing prayer chapel where you can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY and you can be prayed with. And this has been going on since the turn of the century, the 1900s. Not this.
I
all
figured.
the way back then. And and its symbol is a lighthouse, which is something that I really love, because we think of this healing work and the work that I'm trying to put out into the world as guiding and lighting the way for people through our speech, through our lives, through how we express ourselves. And Myrtle Fillmore she was diagnosed with tuberculosis, which is chronic. And she took every morning to love and speak lovingly to her body
Yeah.
and apologize to every inch of her body for not beholding it as the magnificent, healthy, beautiful body that we are born with. So that was a very long-winded answer to your question. I hope it was helpful. It's something that I believe in strongly, and that is one of the reasons why I do this work. Thank you for asking.
Yes. Thank you very much for your answer. I agree wholeheartedly, and I love Louise Hay's work and Hay House generally speaking, and I'm working with the writers community there.
Congratulations!
And I am hoping that my book will come across in an appropriate way. One of my queries, I suppose, as a writer, when you speak, your tonality can far more easily be expressed. You can increase your volume, you can heighten a certain part of a word, or, you know, there's lots of ways where you can express more clearly verbally. When you're using the written word, you still want to get the appropriate tonality across to people.
It's
And
very important, and I work with authors on that. It can be done, and we've all read books in which we felt that, haven't we?
yes, it's
It's
where
not
it's
easy.
truthful.
It is a masterful skill, but it is absolutely attainable.
Yeah, it's something where I question whether the way that start over, the topic that I am discussing, forgive me everybody if I'm hogging again, but I'm terrible for this, Monique. The topic that I'm discussing is one which has caused a great deal of distress to an entire community of people, literally hundreds of thousands of people who have gone through the process of not being believed that their illness is real in the sense of a physical form, despite the pain, etc. and so forth that goes with it. And one of the things that I am trying to express clearly is that the phrase, it's not in your head, ultimately it is, but not in the sense that it's not believable or that it's not real or physical. And I'm trying to find the right balance
It's a
in a loving way.
It is a very difficult balance, right? Because this new age idea of the thoughts we think create the body dis-ease, right? It can really come across as spiritually arrogant. So we have to be very careful to acknowledge everyone's pain. Thank you so much for your time. And I think the next speaker is here. Thank you so much, everyone. Sending big love out. Thank you.
If you could just unmute yourself and give Monique